Okay, hello. So making this video, this is actually the third video. I'm doing this job for a friend of mine, and the job was basically to remove the air conditioning compressor because it's seized and the belt breaks because the compressor doesn't spin anymore. And I just thought I'll include some notes in case it helps somebody who's also taking the air conditioning compressor out, and some of the things that you need to keep in mind, and some of the tools information that'll help you. So the very first thing is, for the air conditioning compressor, this is a Mercedes S-Class S320 W220 model, and on the air conditioning compressor there are 3 bolts. I have mentioned these in the previous video, but basically you have got one at the bottom, one on the top, and one at the back. And so the thing that I want to point out is one of the best ways to remove this is really to remove the bottom one first, or at least loosen it, so you know it's going to be easier to take out. And then take this back one out, and then last one take this one out, because everything is in position, and this one is the easiest one. And if you look down the car, once this housing is in, actually this is quite accessible. This one here is very simple, and basically the bolts that hold the air compressor in place are these 3 bolts, and they're both E-Torx 12. So it's this one. This is what you'll need. Now what you'll find is this sort of stuff is good for the bolt here, and maybe here. It's still very difficult to take out, but most likely this one's going to be difficult to use. So I basically used one of these. And remember, this is an E-Torx, so don't use the normal spanner, because you'll just ruin the bolt. So it's important that you use this one. This one is E12 on one side, as you can see here, there, and E10 on the other side. 10 wasn't really needed, it's the 12 that you need. So I use this one to loosen the bottom one, and top one is very easy. The back one was the most difficult one. To remove the back one, you have to remove the guard from under the car, and that's being held by 4 screws, which are these ones. That's quite easy actually to take out. All you have to do is jack the car either on both sides or one side. So you can see I've jacked the car, and I removed the guard. I put an extra jack in there, and just to keep things safe. And there's also another support to make sure the car doesn't fall on top of me while I'm working on the car. So that's how I took the air compressor out. Now what you'll also find on the air compressor, there's a plug here which basically connects to this wire, and it comes around here, goes down there, and basically loops like this and plugs it in there. And that's basically I believe it's just a single wire in there, which gives it the 12 volt power, and that engages the it magnetizes and basically engages the clutch, which then connects the air compressor, and that's when you press the EC button in the car to turn on the air conditioning. Now to take the air conditioning compressor out, I also took out the power steering pump. I'm not sure if you can actually take out without the power steering pump. So most places I checked, everybody confirmed that you have to actually take this out. Maybe there might be a way to avoid that, but this needed to be taken out. And so you can take the power steering fluid reservoir out first, and then you can take the power steering pump out. And the reservoir a couple of things to note there. It basically connects, it slides into this housing and just goes back. And at the back you have a clip, which is this one here. You slide this out from the back, so that basically connects here at the back, there. And so you just basically take the clip out, and that allows the housing to be pulled out. Now you have to make sure that you take the power steering fluid out so you don't get a lot of oil all over the place. So empty that. Also, what I've done is I've clamped and put the pipe, which basically connects to the back of the reservoir there, and the other one connects to basically the power steering pump, which is this pipe there, and it's got a seal there as well. I'm going to replace this as well before I put it all back in. So I'm going to get that from Mercedes. I've just put a cable tie to keep it out of the way. So that's out of the way. And okay, so the next thing I want to point out is, before you start removing these, I think it's a good idea to get rid of the so remove the power steering pump. Once you've done that, take the pipes off. Now before you take the pipes off, the first thing you want to do is, as a matter of fact, before starting the whole job, you want to take the car to somebody who tops up the air conditioning refrigerant, and basically get them to extract any kind of gas left in the system. In this case, there was no gas left in the system. I got that checked. There was zero pressure, and that's probably why the air conditioning compressor actually seized up. I don't know how long it's been without gas or not. This is a friend's car, so basically you have to remove the gas. You can't just let the gas out. I believe there's a fine for it as well, if you just let the gas out in the atmosphere. So you have to remove the gas first, and then you can remove these two pipes. Now these two pipes, they're held with two Allen key bolts. One of them is slightly longer than the other. It's this one here, and the other one, I kept it on the pipe and I've just taped it, so to make sure I don't mix the two. The other thing is, when you disconnect the pipe, there's a seal which should be changed before putting the system back together, and there's a seal at the other end of the pipe, which is this one here. Oh yeah, another seal that should also be changed is at the back of the reservoir. When you put it back, push it back on and put this clip on, this one here, there's a seal that sits inside. It's just an O-ring actually. It sits inside the reservoir, and then you push the reservoir back in, and this bolt here basically connects to the connects here, there, and that basically keeps the housing in place. What else can I point out? Okay, I'm just going to pause the video and make sure I've included anything else. Okay, so I think I've included everything that you would want to know. Also, yeah, just one more thing. This is basically a clamp which basically holds the pipe for the air conditioning line. This is the pipe, and that's where it goes in, and it holds the pipe in place so it doesn't move. So that, and also when you take the air compressor out, the part number is written here. I believe there are a few variations of it, and so it's worth taking the part out or checking with Mercedes using the chassis number to make sure you order the right part number. And that's about it. So that's it. Once I've completed the job, I'm going to make another video just to point out anything else that I've learned. So I'm not a mechanic. I just like to work on my cars, and sometimes I like to help friends. So this is a friend's car, and hopefully you'll find some information useful in there. So thanks for watching.